The Nothing Phone 1 is here, and it's excellent with a flashy design and it's cheaper than its competitors. Let's give it a full review. I was keen to finally get my hand on Nothing's first phone, and now that I've spent some time with it, that excitement hasn't really faded. It's a phone that gets a lot of things right, from its quirky, transparent design with those flashing LED lights through to its stripped back interface and its generally solid performance. But it's the price that makes this phone so appealing. Starting at only £399 here in the UK, this phone is at least £100 or more less than I thought it was going to be. It's a lower end price, but what you actually get is a product that feels much more premium. Well, that is, if you can actually buy it. While Nothing Phone 1 has gone on sale in the UK and wider Europe, there are currently no plans for a full US launch. Now, Nothing has said that it's planning on launching a US compatible phone at some point, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen soon. And it may even be that those of you in the US will have to miss out on this version altogether. So what is so good about it? Well, of course, it's the Phone 1's design that really sets it apart from its competitors. That back panel is entirely transparent, letting you see right through to the heart of the phone, see those interconnected pieces and the exposed screw heads. And the only Nothing branding is a very subtle little logo in the bottom corner. But that transparency also allows for the light show. A set of LED strips that Nothing calls the glyph will light up when you get incoming notifications, or even for you to use as a fill light when you're recording video. It's certainly unique, and it's not something I have seen on any other phone. But it is also arguably something of a gimmick, and it may be that it's just not a feature that you actually use once the novelty has worn off. And sure, you might just not like that design with its exposed screw heads and the flashing LEDs, but I do think it's quite nice to have something a little bit different in a phone, and given the low price of the phone already, it is fair to say that you are not paying a big premium for that design. Around the edge is a recycled aluminium frame, which gives this budget phone quite a premium feeling when you hold it, while its IP53 water resistance rating will help keep it safe from spilled drinks. This 6.55-inch display is big enough to do justice to your favourite YouTube videos, as does its 2400 by 1080 pixel resolution and its vibrant colours. It also has a 120Hz refresh rate, which does mean that swiping around that interface is buttery smooth. Powering the phone is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G Plus processor backed up by 8GB of RAM. Results on benchmark tests do put it a step behind top models like the iPhone 13 Pro or Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and also a little step behind even more affordable phones like the Pixel 6 or Pixel 6 Pro. But that should be expected of a much more affordable device, and the reality is it has got plenty of power for almost all of your everyday essentials. Even gaming in Asphalt 9 Legends, or of course in good old PUBG, was handled perfectly well. And even just navigating around the interface is swift and nippy and free of any of that annoying lag which might hint at an underpowered processor. And that is likely also helped by its really stripped back software. The phone runs Android 12 at its heart, but Nothing has given it a very light cosmetic skin over the top, but crucially, it's also free of any kind of pre-installed services or other annoying bloatware. In fact, it hasn't even loaded any of its own apps, things like its own web browser or email client, because it knows that you're just going to use Gmail and Chrome. So why bother clutter up your phone with other stuff? Samsung, I hope you're taking notes. That minimalist approach actually works really well here. It makes using the phone really easy, whether you are brand new to smartphones or whether you are an Android veteran. And Nothing has kept the camera setup quite simplistic as well, with just the two cameras, including a standard view and an ultra-wide view. Now, Nothing has helped keep those costs down by omitting a dedicated telephoto zoom lens or a macro lens or a monochrome lens or any other kind of camera nonsense that you might not really need. And even as a photographer, I think that's a smart decision here, because the cameras it does have can take really good photos. The main lens captures vibrant colours with even exposure and plenty of detail. Sure, side by side, shots from my iPhone 13 Pro do look a bit better, but they don't look twice as good, and yet the iPhone 13 Pro is twice as expensive. So these cameras really do offer great performance for the money. Switching to the ultra-wide lens does sometimes shift their color balance a little bit, but still you can get some great shots in good light. It is by no means the best camera around, but if you do want that, you're going to have to spend a lot more cash on something like the Galaxy S22 Ultra. For the money, the Phone 1's cameras do a great job and will suit you well if you just want to take some really nice, vibrant shots of your family on vacation. Providing the juice is a 4500 mAh battery, which should keep you going for a full day of use as long as you are fairly careful about how you use it. In some of my battery tests so far, I have found that it doesn't quite put in the same performance as some of its rivals, so that is worth keeping in mind if battery life is crucial for you. Of course, you can help get the best of it by keeping your screen brightness low and making sure that you wait until you're near a plug socket before you start doing anything demanding like gaming or video streaming. And it's still the case with pretty much any smartphone that you will need to give it a full recharge every night. It does support 33-watt fast charging though, which should take it from empty to half full in a little over 30 minutes. So at least getting the power back in when you're in a hurry shouldn't be too much of a strain. A compatible fast charger does not come in the box however, so that is worth factoring into your budget. So is the Nothing Phone 1 actually a good phone to buy? Well, it certainly is not an iPhone 13 Pro or Samsung Galaxy S22 rival. But then it's not trying to be. It's a good phone not because it tries to cram in every single mobile feature you could possibly imagine, but it's good because it leaves those things out. It's stripped back in both hardware and software. It doesn't have extra camera things that you might not use. Its software is clean and simple with no additional bloatware. Even the back hasn't got a proper cover, it's just been left see-through so we can see inside it. But what all of that does is leave you with a phone that is well suited for all of your everyday essentials at a price that should hopefully still leave some cash in your bank. It's rare that a new company arrives on the scene with a product that feels this polished, but the Nothing Phone 1 gets all of the essentials right, with the extra pizzazz of that flashy design. If you're after a well-performing phone for a good price, the Phone 1 is well worth considering. But what do you think to the Nothing Phone 1? Is it one you are excited to get, or are you absolutely furious that it is not available to buy in the US? Do make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment box below and make sure to check the description beneath the video for a lot more information.